Okay, now we're going to go up to the 4th level, see what's going on up there. We haven't done a lot, but you can get the basic idea of how the floor plan is going to be. On the north side, this is going to be our library. There'll be a wall across here and probably a closet so we can store some clothes. When we want to go up to the roof, we'll be able to head up there and enjoy the evenings, watch the stars. This is the main floor of the house, even though it's on the top. We're going to have a 7-foot pantry, 7 by 16 pantry, which will hold most of our food. There's a bay window going in where the silver board is showing. There'll be a deck from the tower sea camp all the way around the building to within, in between the 2 south windows. We're planning on having the deck, excuse me, 14 feet and just wrap around the building. Underneath the deck in the southwest corner is where we're going to put our generator. We already have the generator, but it's hooked up to the powerhouse. This one section of the house, not counting the library or the south deck, is 2,270 square feet. So that's basically what we have to live in, except for the 3rd level, which is the rumpus room, and the 2 porches on the sides. We have 3 bedrooms up here. Master bedroom in the southeast corner, bedroom on the south or the northeast corner, and this bedroom here. When I applied for my permits, they said I could not have a bedroom without a window. So what I did is I have a door here, we'll put in a window, and we're classing the library as a covered deck. And that was sufficient for everybody to say, okay, you can have another bedroom. The master bedroom is approximately 15 feet by 16 feet, so it's not overly big. And the bathrooms are a decent size. I've just started on the plumbing, but I have a long ways to go. If we walk down to the south side, the weather in the last little bit has been absolutely terrible. We've got a lot of high wind. This is the inlet from the solar heater. It works very well. I got that design off of YouTube. It was basically invented by a chap from Newfoundland. Works very well. The elevator door will be basically here. And on top of all the floors, we're going to be putting heat tube and concrete. So all the floors in the house will be concrete. I've seen some very nice designs on staining and different decorative things you can do with the concrete. So that's what we're going to go with. I've got my tomatoes basically ready to go into the greenhouse. I still have work to do in there. But it's May 22nd. It could probably wait a few more days before I get crazy and try to put them in. If you take a look out in the field, you can see where I've got the powerhouse now, and I have a set of solar panels in the field. The solar panels in the field are 235s, and we have 3 of those in series to make up 110 volts. And they give me some pretty good amperage, 235 watts each. The ones on the roof are 135s, and I have to have 4 of those in series to make up 72 volts. But we'll go over the powerhouse, take a look. As you can see, the windmill that Kayla and I built had a fairly big storm, and it just fell apart. Yeah, we'll use the north tower now to go up to the roof. As you can see, I've had to add a section to the wall so that the 9'6" shipping container would fit with the stairs. So we've had to build that right from the basement all the way up. This is our roof truss system. It actually worked very well. We used the silver board on top of the shipping containers, and we sprayed it with the Tiger Foam. We have about 2.5 to 3 inches of Tiger Foam in there. The house is actually very easy to heat. Going up to the very top, this is what we call our penthouse. Unfortunately, the penthouse isn't a very big building, but it gives us easy access to the roof. I'm not going to be able to talk much outside because it's very windy. On top of this building, we're going to have the windmill. I tried to buy the windmill from windgenkids.com in the United States, but they would not ship to Canada. So I have been without a windmill since the old one blew down. If anybody knows anybody that can ship me up a windmill, I'd really appreciate a little bit of input. Thank you. Just starting. As you can see, I have the tower ready for the windmill. I have the wires run down. The whole outside of the building is going to be done in stucco, but I'm going to have to get working on it pretty quick because the OSB board is starting to flake up a little bit, but it's still not in too bad a shape. If I can get something on there fairly quick, it'll work out great. You'll see a little line snapped on the floor. This is actually going to be the handrail for the sea cannon. Slope off on a 45-degree angle, and this is where we put all of our solar panels and side, the other one's on the west side. So we'll go over the powerhouse now and take a look around. That way I'll be able to show you what kind of power. Going into the powerhouse, I'll show you around in here. Oh my God, my tomatoes have to be turned again. Hopefully I'll be able to get these in to the greenhouse this weekend. Okay, we have a battery bank of 24 batteries. We're having a little bit of an issue with some of these batteries right now. So my good friend at Sunfine Solar Products is looking into it. He's going to give me some loaner batteries to see what's wrong with these ones. They have a 10-year prorated warranty on them, so if there's a problem with those other batteries, we'll replace them. It'll probably cost me a little bit of money, but without the batteries, the solar system does not work. We have 2 inverters, and these over here are the charge controllers for the solar panels. I have to have 2 separate charge controllers because I have 2 separate sizes of solar panels, 135s and the 245s. Okay, this is my main box, my breakers for the solar panels, and this is the main control for the entire system. From here we're putting out power to the mobile home and over to the Seacan house. At this point in time, on a very cloudy day, we're at 50.6 volts, and we're using up 1.7 amps of power. Solar panels are only providing 25.3 amps of power to my batteries. So the more electricity you have on, the more power you use. This is a temporary building. It'll be moved as soon as they get the water line over to the house. This is our well, and what we'll do is put in a pitless adapter after we get everything hooked up at the house. So our pressure tank, everything will be down at the house. I was thinking of building a nice little hole around it, maybe on pressure treated wood or something, just so I always have access to it. Put a nice little hatch on it. That way, if I have to pull wires or pull any other pipes through, I won't have an issue or a problem. When you're on 20 acres of raw land and you don't have any utilities on your property, it's a really good idea to make sure you measure and mark everything first. As you can see, I have a propane line which goes from my tank up to the mobile. Now, what I have to do to locate all these lines is measure off of something that isn't going to move. And if I take a measurement from a post over to the line and then a second post over to the line, make sure that all my measurements are running pure north and south, then I can get a very accurate layout of where my line is. If you want to call for a utility locator, it is going to cost you $180 to have your lines located. It can be done, but it's expensive. You're better off to plan ahead, do your measurements, and make a map of your property.